Celebrating the magic of high school sports, Allen Media Group proudly presents the 2025 WIAA Football Championships, live from Cape Randall in Madison, Wisconsin. This WIAA sports exclusive is brought to you statewide by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, reminding you to look for the Proudly Wisconsin badge to know you're getting the best quality and supporting local dairy farms. Universities of Wisconsin, 13 universities, unlimited opportunity. Rural Mutual Insurance Company, premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. A proud sponsor of the WIAA and the Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award for over 50 years.
From Barry Alvarez Field at Camp Randall Stadium in Madison, it's our final state football championship of the year, the Division I title. It's Bayport at 11-2 taking on Arrowhead at 12-1. Welcome inside Camp Randall, everyone. I'm your host, Scott Emmerich. We have a couple of terrific programs going at it here. Bayport, the defending Division I state champions, making it down here to state for the third time in school history. Arrowhead has been a perennial power throughout the decades, but this is their first trip to the state finals in a decade. To set the stage further for you, let's send it upstairs to our announcing crew. Here's Jay Wilson and Scott Nelson.
Thanks, Scott. Well, Nelly, there's something special about the Division I championship. You know, the sun goes down, the stadium lights take over, the players are big and strong and fast. And as Scott mentioned, these are two programs that have great football traditions.
Yeah, very well coached, right? They execute on a high level. And the beautiful thing is there is a lot of history and tradition, but that doesn't win you this state championship game. Bayport came in last year and made it a heck of a game against Muskego, who they faced in the semifinals. Another great game. Brady Moon is a threat no matter where you put him. He's extremely fun to watch. On the flip side with Arrowhead, a number of guys that play into the mix with this. Brendan Foley is a guy that's going to need to wreak havoc because of the run game that Bayport has. But these, as you said, traditional powerhouses. But tonight it's time to put your current unit on the field and see what they can do.
It's going to be fun. Division I final. The Arrowhead Warhawks 12-1. The Bayport Pirates 11-2. Now a word from our local stations. This is your WIAA network station. Camp Randall Stadium, we're just about nearing sunset. The day before the deer hunting season, the traditional final state championship football match, Division I, Bayport and Arrowhead. The keys to the game are brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
Well, Bayport, Brady Moon, a tremendous running back in his own right, had a great game last year in the state championship game. It's going to be something that I'm going to be looking forward to watching how he handles round 2 now here in 2025. And then for Arrowhead, hold the line. You got to contain him. You can't let him get loose out on the outside edge. He's just too good. But we've got two teams here, very well coached, play extremely good disciplined football. They're fast, they're physical, and neither one of these groups shy away from contact.
There's Steven Jorgensen, the second-year head coach at Bayport. His record 22 wins and 4 losses, and of course last year's Division I state championship. There you see Evan Wozniak. He's into kickoff. We'll hear more about these very special teams for Arrowhead in just a little bit. But Wozniak's one of the best kickers in the state. So's their field goal kicker. Deep for Bayport. Brady Moon, Jackson Otradovic. And we are set to go. Division I, Arrowhead, Bayport. And the kick deep into the end zone. And boy, that's 7 yards deep in the end zone. That's as good a kick as we've seen this week. Now let's go down for more about those Arrowhead special teams with Carl Witter.
Hey guys, if this game goes down to the wire like some expect it could, Arrowhead feels great about its kicking team. Now that was Evan Wozniak on the kickoff, but Cameron DeBoer was the hero in the semifinals. He had a 33-yarder to win the game, plus a 40-yard field goal earlier in the game. And head coach Matt Harris says the Warhawks have a rich kicking history, and he's confident in DeBoer at any distance within 50 yards. That's a huge weapon at this level. Could be something to watch for tonight.
Well, no question. You got to figure this is going to be a 4-quarter game. between two great powers, Bayport and Arrowhead. First play of the game, it's a handoff to Brady Moon. And a good gain on first down, about 7. Last year in the state championship game against Muskego, the first play from scrimmage, Moon took it 80 yards.
Yeah, and I think he ended up having close to 150 yards total in the first half, about 120 in the first quarter. But yeah, he's explosive. This Arrowhead defense, very well coached. Have to take good angles, and they have to gang tackle with this because Moon is just too good.
Brady Moon this season, first team All-State running back. He has rushed for 2,123 yards, 31 rushing touchdowns. He also has 8 touchdown receptions. This is a keeper by the quarterback, Matt Stevens, and he goes nowhere. And there's your guy, Brendan Foley.
That's what we need to see from these guys here. That again, the defense is opportunistic. They're very sound fundamentally up front. The offense or the defensive linemen understand in the back end what needs to happen. They need to engage in blocks to allow the linebackers to flow. Brendan Foley, a great example of that. A lot of tackle for losses, right? 15 on the total season. He's aggressive. He's physical. He's an exact prototype player at linebacker you want to have.
At safety, Jack Tarkowski with 6 interceptions.
Not too shabby either.
In the back, yeah. All right, 3rd and 5, Bayport. Otradovic in motion. This is Stevens again, keeping and lunging forward, and I think he got the first down by about a yard. Matt Stevens, 874 rush yards and 12 touchdowns. There you see those crazy numbers for Brady Moon.
And you bring in a couple different, that was an option play, right? They went up the gut. The first play, they keep you off balance defensively, so you can't get crossed up with your eyes in the backfield. You need to trust what you read from the offensive line. Attack where you think the ball is going, but be sound fundamentally so you don't over pursue on the back edge.
First down, Pirates. Stevens again. Just past the 35. Arrowhead's offense averaging 33 points a game. Bayport's defense allowing 16.5 per contest. Second place in the North Division of the Fox River Classic Conference behind West De Pere for Bayport. The only conference loss was to West De Pere, 48-45. Stevens, this time he'll pitch to Moon around the outside, and Foley denies that first down possible run by Moon, and it sets up a 3rd down for the Warhawks.
This is what the coaches for Arrowhead love about Brendan Foley is just his range, right? His ability to read, but he presses the line of scrimmage. He's physical downhill. When you have a linebacker that run from the hash all the way to boundary and make a tackle on an option play, he understands what's going on, right? He's diagnosing plays and he's reacting very fast.
3-year starter Brendan Foley, he's closing in on 130 tackles this season. Moon, and they stop him again. This time it's Tristan Seidel leading the defense for Arrowhead.
Seidel just beat the block, slipped underneath, was able to grab out, and the big boy, right? And we watched the play come across the right side. Nobody even engaged him. I think that was just a bust by the offensive guard, missed his block. Simple play for Seidel, but you got to be opportunistic and ready to react when the play comes your way. 4th
and 2 at their own 39, and it looks like Bayport's going to give it a go here. So an early gamble by Steven Jorgensen, perhaps, unless they try and draw him off sides. Otradovic in motion. They're going to go for it, and the handoff kind of botched in the backfield, and down goes Stevens, and Arrowhead takes over on downs. Boy, an early momentum swing for the Warhawks.
Gutsy call on a 4th and 3. The Warhawks ended up pursuing, I think I counted 8 different players from Arrowhead's defense in on the tackle. The only guys that weren't were the defenders that were in the back end, but great pursuit, applying pressure right away at the point of attack in the backfield before the handoff really could get underway.
Ooh, the ball came loose.
A ton of shirts around. Either way, stop on downs or a turnover.
That is junior quarterback Nolan Hansen, 6'2", 210. Passed for over 1,800 yards this season. 1st and 10 Warhawks. The give, that is Devin Nettles, and he trips up. I think the turf monster got him there a little bit. And here's a look at the Arrowhead offense.
You get a team that's very well balanced, right? They like running the play. They like passing. A little bit of everything. They'll throw in some motion, some misdirection, different formations, just trying to see how the defense adjusts early in this game so they can plan and maybe work down the field and set something up for later.
Running back Jacob Seiner has been in and out of the lineup with injury, so right now it's Devin Nettles. He gets another try, and he finds the going tough again. Boy, pick your Bayport Pirate on defense, and they were helping on the stop.
Yeah, last year against Muskego during that D1 game, they did a tremendous job defensively against a really tough offense. This is typically more what teams are used to seeing, is more of a strike type of attack. Feel very comfortable up front. They've got some big fellas that move very, very well in the defensive line. And again, they engage in blocks just like Arrowhead does, right, to allow your linebackers to flow and scrape and read plays.
See Brock Gauthier, his brother Landon is a redshirt freshman on the Wisconsin Badgers football roster. 3rd and 7, Arrowhead. And they get Hanson. It's a sack for Bayport. Jace Klum comes out of there.
Dialing up some pressure. You watch the surge from this defensive line. They are really getting after it. And the pocket just collapses down. It's set up initially very well, but the longer you wait, the closer it gets to you. And as a quarterback, that's when a little bit of that panic starts to set in. You just have to trust your guys, but in a situation like that, there's no place to go. Really good job by the Pirates in converging on that pocket.
Big number 78 was in there. That's Aiden Dirksen, 6'7", 290. He's a preferred walk-on at Wisconsin as well. All right, now we're going to see those special teams. This is Wozniak, one of the best punters in the state. Let's see if he can pitching wedge this one to make it die in play. Nope. Into the end zone as a valiant attempt to keep it in. Comes up a little short. All right, now a word from our network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. The 2025 WIAA State Football Championships are brought to you in part by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Rural Mutual Insurance, premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. Support Wisconsin dairy farmers by eating Wisconsin cheese and drinking Wisconsin milk. Just look for the Proudly Wisconsin badge. The Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity. And we are at the home of the University of Wisconsin in Madison. That's the north end of the UW Fieldhouse, the south end of Camp Randall Stadium. All right, back on offense we go, and again, Brady Moon getting a carry and short yardage on first down.
Just attacking up the gut right away, trying to keep the defense true to form, right, and making sure that we're not going to get away from things. We're going to try and throw a couple different options at you. See how you react. There's coaches up in the press box here with us that are looking from above, scheming and understanding how Arrowhead is adjusting to their defense to the offense, and then they're communicating down the field. It's a lot of gamesmanship going on here early in the first quarter.
Stevens this time fakes to Moon and goes to the outside. That's a complete pass. And a nice gain on the completion. That's number 16, Casey Jacobson, the 6-foot senior. That's a first down for the Pirates.
Casey plays fullback, so you're seeing some different players get into the mix, right? Do we try and get to the outside edge with Moon? Do we just run on a quick arrow up by your fullback out to the edge? Who adjusts with that? Again, offensive coaches are watching the defense. Defense is watching the offense. What do they do in motion? Any little tips and tricks that they can pick up.
First down, 31-yard line. Moon right up the middle. Look at him go into the secondary. Finally driven back, but not before. He gets a big first down gain and another first down for Bayport.
Well, quick hitter for Moon. Like that ball was snapped, and almost instantaneously the quarterback gets it. Boom, he's got the ball. It's not enough time for the linebackers to react, and now he's into the second level where your safeties have to come up and make the play. Really, really quick play and hard to react to defensively.
Tarkowski leads the tacklers for Arrowhead, but not before Moon gets it out to the 44. Now Moon in motion. Stevens, though, keeping. He's weaving his way. He'll get into Arrowhead territory with a gain of about 8. So a nice drive starting here for Bayport.
But just settle down. Usually after that first drive, your adrenaline is so high. You get that first initial drive out of the way, and you start to settle into the game. A lot of times big plays happen early on, and you just have to regroup. This is a bend but don't break type of game for both these squads.
So far in this drive, 3 plays, 24 yards for Steven Jorgensen's offense. Now they go back to Moon, right up the gut again to the 45. Another first down, Pirates.
Moon on the carry.
Brady Moon, committed to Northern State University. That's in Aberdeen, South Dakota. His grade point average, by the way, is 4.16.
Couple AP classes in there, probably bump them up a little bit. Aberdeen, Northern State's got beautiful facilities. They do a really good job, but it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. You put our grade points together, I don't know if we get to 4.16.
So true.
Here's Moon, avoids one tackler, avoids another, spins, gets to the 40.
Brady Moon on the carry.
He doesn't have that big physical presence, but boy, you try to tackle him.
Yeah, he's shifty, right? As you watch him just on that jet motion, he gets to the outside, he's quick with his feet, and then a little stop here, and then watch the spin. Boom. Barry Sanders wasn't very big. He was all right in his day.
He could spin a little, too. Another tackle for Jack Tarkowski. Yeah, kids, you want to see a running back, dial up Barry Sanders on YouTube, okay? You'll be amazed. Stevens in trouble, throws it. And the Arrowhead staff wants intentional grounding. There wasn't anybody in the area. There is a penalty marker down.
Flag on the play.
Our referee is from Oregon, Wisconsin, Dave Jameson.
Try and start. He was, at least in the early indication, was holding on Bayport. Now I think they're discussing the pass.
Our umpire is Steve Wendler from Madison. Taylor DeValk is a linesman from Fitchburg. Dean Oscar, the veteran from Reedsburg, the line judge, and Patrick Hawker from Deerfield, the back judge today. Still sorting out the situation here. Steven Jorgensen trying to make a case for his Bayport Pirates. And here's the decision. Coming.
I think Dave's still thinking through it all.
All right, Dave, you've been on TV long enough. Let's go.
There are 2 fouls on the play on the offense. Holding. That penalty is refused. Intentional grounding. Offense. 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Loss of down. 3rd down.
Okay, so they do call grounding. We're going to bring Pat Miles over. Pat, can you I'm going to give Pat the mic here. Intentional grounding?
Yeah, they have it correct because you want to have a receiver in the vicinity. You have to have a receiver in the vicinity, and that's not what they had. They did not have that here.
The out-of-the-pocket thing?
Out of the pocket, then he has to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He has to get it back to
whether there's a receiver in there or not.
Okay. Thanks, Pat. That's Pat Miles, our rules official.
Sure, we'll use him again.
Uh-huh. The night is young. And look at that play. Ethan Curley makes the tackle after a short gain. And it's 4th down.
Just watching early on, right, this Arrowhead defense, guys make plays, and sometimes when teams aren't together as a unit, nobody comes to celebrate with it. These guys are all coming up high-five, and they're fired up for each other, right? It's a group of 11 that I think really, as I watch them, love playing football together, right? And that's why they've been successful, and they're sitting here at the state championship game, and right now they've kind of stymied this Bayport offense. We'll see what they come back with offensively after this punt.
This is Beckett Corton. And the punt will be returned from about the 10-yard line. That's Ryan Hyman. He's a sprinter. Made it to the state track meet this year. He gets it just over the 20-yard line. And we will have a timeout. No score yet. Division I final. Now a word from our network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. The Arrowhead offense back on the field, and they'd like to get things going. So far, they are at -2 total yards. Be sure to download the WIAA Sports Live app to your television or mobile device. The app is free and delivers the WIAA championships for 10 sports throughout the school year. It is free to download and watch the games. The WIAA Sports Live app is sponsored by the Universities of Wisconsin. 1st and 10 Warhawks at their own 20. They'll start this drive off with a run. And that's Jabari Craig. He's a 5'9", 185-pound junior. So Nettles had the first series in the backfield, and now Craig gets his chance. Jabari Craig, 723 yards on the season with 11 touchdowns. So he's been productive as well. Craig again finds a hole left side, but just short of the first down. Brady Moon was there, so was Brock Gauthier for Bayport.
That's what you like to see out of your safeties. They read it. They're probably not going to make the tackle at the line of scrimmage, but you need to come pack a punch as Craig tries to bounce to the outside. Watch the slick right here. Stands him up, drives him back, gets a little help from the teammate. Short of the first down, you give yourself another chance defensively here on 3rd and 2.
And you saw Brady Moon make the tackle. He's kind of a rarity in Division I football where he plays both sides of the ball. He's also on special teams. You do it all. 3rd and 2. Craig, first down and a little more. Out to the 32, almost the 33-yard line.
Well, it's nice to platoon guys, right? They go offense or defense, maybe a little bit of special teams here and there. You don't see that very often with this program sizes that Arrowhead and Bayport have. However, if you want to win a state championship, you need your best players on the field as long as they can go, and rest them here and there in different spots. But I think if I'm a young man right now, in this case, in the D1 state championship game, keep me on the field, coach. I'm not coming off. I'm going to do all I can to help my guys out.
You can rest tomorrow.
That's right.
Final stages of the first quarter in a very quickly moving first period. And that's another running play, and that's good to see Jacob Seiner out there. Again, over 1,000 yards in the season. Been in and out of the lineup. Nice to see him back in for that carry there.
I would be surprised if Arrowhead just winds us down to the quarter. Don't look like they're in that much of a hurry right now.
Down to 5, down to 4. And that will do it for a scoreless quarter number 1. Division I final, Bayport nothing, Arrowhead nothing. Now a word from our local stations. This is your WIAA network station. Oh, that's a beautiful shot as the sun sets over Madison. Camp Randall Stadium all lit up like a Christmas tree. The Road to State is brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance. And the road to state for Arrowhead has been a difficult one, but they made it.
Ended up knocking off Wausau West in round 1, and then 3 tough games with Brookville East, Hamilton, and then Wanakee. Hamilton was a 10-point difference. The other 2 were only by 2 points, and then a late field goal to beat Wanakee in a great semifinal matchup.
You saw Matt Harris, the Arrowhead head coach, his 6th season as head man of the Warhawk program. So we start the second quarter. Another Jacob Seiner run. There's Matt. He was the head coach at Waukesha North, from where he graduated in 1997. Coached at Brookfield East for 11 years. Calls Arrowhead one of the most premier positions in the state and the Midwest.
I don't think many would argue with him.
This is the 16th trip to state for Arrowhead. More than anyone. But their first since 2015, which surprises a lot of people.
Yeah, true.
Here's Hansen throwing, completing. And that's right at the first down stick. I think it's going to be enough for the first down. The completion to Brody Kugler, a 6'2 senior, and it is first down Arrowhead.
Well, nice route combination. They got twin receivers on the far side of the field from us, on the east side of the field. One runs a quick slant. If the defender goes with them, you got a corner over the top. They just run a quick 5-yard in. It clears that pocket for the quarterback to throw for the nice, easy pitch and catch.
So that's the first attempt and first completion for Nolan Hansen, the Arrowhead quarterback. Now the running play is Nettles, who started the game, is back in, and he'll get just over the 45-yard line. Mentioned this is Arrowhead's first trip to the state finals in football since 2015, and I think a lot of people remember that game. That was Kimberly and Arrowhead, the snow globe game. Kimberly was down 21 points with not that much time left, and they ended up winning 49-42. 21 unanswered in the fourth quarter.
That still is probably one of the most incredible high school games and comebacks I've ever seen. That was so fun to be a part of.
Blair Mulholland of Kimberly, the running back, 46 carries, 341 yards.
Not a bad day's work.
Oh, yeah, I guess. He slept well that night.
Yes, he did.
2nd and 8. Looks like they're going to swing at the Nettles. Now they go to the receiver on the far side, and boy, that's a nice sliding catch by Harper Hughes, the senior. And boy, what a throw.
Yeah, you're on the left hash of the field, right? It's all the way to the far right side. The linebacker scrapes at the running back, so there's a check down. The running back's covered. I'm going to the pocket again, and just the strength and ability to step through that throw to deliver it on the spot, and a great reach by his receiver.
Mikey Jones was on coverage for Bayport, but he couldn't catch up with Harper Hughes. He's committed to Western Michigan. He's a state champion in the relays at the WIA track and field meet. These Arrowhead receivers have some speed, and Bayport has to be very careful with that.
I helped coach track out at Sun Prairie East, and we've faced Arrowhead a number of different times. It's impressive watching those young guys run. They're coached extremely well, and the beauty is they're multi-sport athletes, right? You can transition your speed from track to football, the strength and power from football to track. When you have multi-sport athletes, I think that's why you tend to see teams like this come time and time again deep into the playoffs or to the state championship level because of the athletes they produce.
Jabari Craig got 6 on that first down carry, so 2nd and 4. The playbook's open for Arrowhead here as their drive moves inside the 40. Craig again. And he's corralled after a gain of a couple.
Physical football right now up front, right? The offensive line are firing out. Defensive linemen are trying to stand their ground, not get on skates, getting pushed back. And then linebackers and safeties have been delivering punches here and there. I mean, these guys are going to be sore. This can be a matter of who can hold out the longest. If this holds true what we've seen the first quarter and a half.
3rd and 2. Big play here for Arrowhead. Hanson looks over the defense. Craig in the pistol behind him. Craig will get the carry. Needs 2. Gets more. Bounces to the outside to the 31. First down, Warhawks.
He thought he might have got a little face mask there late on that play. You see as he bounces to the outside here.
8 of 7 to the 31-yard line. First and 10 for
Yep, number 23 got up there. He's right. The speed and physicality of this game, it's sometimes hard for officials to see it, but now that they're aware of it, that, hey, coaches go to those guys and say, hey, can you watch this? Can you watch this number he's holding? Can you, like all those little different gamesmanship from the sideline and the side judges to try and pull one to the benefit of their team.
Jacob Seiner, the running back again. Shotgun this time. Seiner will get the ball. And boy, there's not much room there. And great penetration by the Bayport defense. Gauthier was there to lead them.
Gauthier, and I think was it London Cornell also in on the mix. Really good job on that play side action coming at him, slipping blocks. Yeah, it looks like Cornell was part of that as well. Again, you just beat a block, good things can happen. You got to just continue to drive downfield. It's a matter of closing ground, which means you're running and getting closer to the receiver or to the running backs so they don't have space to cut and make plays.
Gauthier was the FRCC Defensive Player of the Year. 2nd and 11, loss of 1. Hanson, they set up the screen. And Devin Nettles taken down by number 0 again, Brock Gauthier.
This is probably one of the hardest things, Jay, when you talk to defensive linemen and linebackers, is when you feel like you're getting blocked, all of a sudden they let you go, is to stop, because the quarterback is all alone. You're trying to pursue. This time Bayport stops, retraces their steps. Gauthier's there right away. You got a defensive lineman who's in the mix on that to bring him down, but that's just well coached and disciplined football defensively.
Andrew Downing was blocking Gauthier. He fought off the block
while he was making the tackle. Then,
got the screen pass. Wow. 3rd and 12. This Arrowhead drive now going the wrong way. Again, they look to the side, nothing there. Hanson is going to have to scramble. Now he throws it in and out of the hands of Logan Crowley, incomplete, 4th down.
Bide some extra time with his feet. Was able to locate and find an open receiver downfield, but as he throws this, his ball goes down low. The receiver's running the outside. He's got to stop and adjust, which is a really difficult catch and thing to do as a receiver. But that's one, if you want to win this game, you got to find ways to make plays like that.
From 50 yards.
Logan Crowley, an all-conference receiver, missed that one. Okay, here's Cam DeBoer. Look at those numbers. You won't find many high school field goal kickers that go 16 for 18 on the year. This is from 50 yards. And just short. Wow. Boy, you could hear that thud all the way up here.
You could feel that too, yeah. Just a little bit short, but good to know that he's got that ability.
Another 2 yards, and that was going to be a 50-yarder. So here's another look at how close this came. Still scoreless. Now a word from our network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Still scoreless, late second quarter. The Road to State brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance. And Scott, here's how the Bayport Pirates got to Camp Randall.
Bayport, again, a traditional team over the last few years. Appleton North handled them pretty well. Milwaukee Reagan, again, pretty big game. Franklin, who is one of the top teams in the state, handled them extremely well in round 3. And then the matchup of the state championship game last year with Muskego must have been another great game for those guys. But both these teams in round 4 earned their way to the state championship game. They're playing extremely well at a high level.
Okay, we start from the Bayport 20. Brady Moon hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a couple. And coming out of that pile was Ethan Curley, shaking his head, saying, no, no, not today.
The ability that Moon has, right? He's trying to go to the left side of the center. That's all plugged up by the Arrowhead defense. And just his ability to kind of skirt around, try and find an open seam. He turned no gain into a 2-yard gain. Not much, but that's really good vision by the running back.
That last Arrowhead drive went 15 plays, 47 yards, but a 50-yard field goal was just short. And intercepted! Through the hands of the receiver and into the hands of Jack Borst for Arrowhead. A turnover deep in Bayport territory.
Well, when opportunity knocks, you got to be ready for it. This ball is really well thrown. Gets up and over the outstretched hands, the outside linebacker, but maybe that hand caught the vision, blinded the ball from the receiver. But as you're pursuing as a defensive back, always expect a tip as you drive through him. He's coming, and he sees the ball tip. The old tip drill that you practice all the time in practice. Be ready for it when an opportunity knocks again. You got to dial it up, and great job by him reading and reacting to that tip pass.
And you'll never guess who tipped it. Brandon Frayley.
Go figure. Right.
He's everywhere. All right, 1st and 10, Arrowhead. Opportunity knocking for the first score of the game. They're at the Bayport 22. Signer, the running back, makes a nice cut. Runs into the arms of number 8, Brennan Flick, the safety for Bayport.
First one there for Bayport.
No, that was Jabari Craig, excuse me. Craig on the carry.
Good read on his part, right? The offensive linemen are engaged one-on-one, and anytime you're running back, you know there's going to be at least one defender that you have to account for yourself who's able to cut inside and get a nice 5-yard gain.
Sure tackle by Brennan Flick. A 4-yard gain for Craig on that first down carry. Now inside the 20. Hanson looks to throw, looks to the corner, and a little overthrown. He was looking for Harper Hughes, but good coverage there by Bayport. I think that was Brady Moon. Yep.
Yeah, he did a really good job of staying over the top of the route as the defender broke on the corner route. Receiver basically ran right into him. He slowed him down, but that's good position by a defensive back and just recognizing the ball is trying to get over the top there. But that's where you want to come from, the backside through the receiver to the front side. Never allow the receiver to get a chance to go after that ball.
Brady Moon's an all-conference first team running back and defensive back. 3rd and 6. The crowd gets into it. Hanson's now 3 of 5 for 15 yards passing so far. And he's looking that same spot again. And what a catch! And a penalty marker, but Harper Hughes caught it for the touchdown. 18 yards.
My guess is you're going to get defensive pass interference as well as Brady Moon played on the previous play. I think he did stop the receiver on a reroute. You'll see it off the right-hand side of your screen, hopefully here. As the receiver makes the post route, you see his hands on him. That's a little bit late. He's grabbing his jersey. Heck of an effort.
His jersey was stretched out as he caught it.
Heck of an effort there by Hughes. Big, big play.
The result of the play is a touchdown. Pass interference defense. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Well, Harper Hughes, first-team All-Conference, honorable mention All-State. Catches the 18-yard score from Nolan Hansen. 3 plays, 22 yards. Took 50 seconds, and boy, you turn turnovers into points.
Yeah,
that's going to be big. Cam DeBoer for the extra point.
Moose missed it left.
Shocking. But Arrowhead scores first as Harper Hughes catches the touchdown from Nolan Hansen. Now a word from our network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Nolan Hansen to Harper Hughes for the touchdown, but the extra point goes wide.
It's almost like when you look at that he's taking as he's kicking it, DeBoer, right? His body's leaning a little bit. And he's turning through it, almost like your wedge shots that I've seen you shank every now and then.
I can pull it left. There's no question.
Mine always go right.
There you go.
I can't figure it out.
By the way, the width of goalposts in WIA high school action, 23 feet 4 inches. The width of an NCAA or NFL goalpost is 14 feet 6 inches, so not quite 5 feet of difference in the width. And of course, the Badgers play here tomorrow night against Illinois at 6:30, so they're going to have to
swap them out.
They swap out the goalposts to put in the narrower ones for the college game tomorrow.
If you kick it down the middle, it shouldn't matter then, right?
That should not matter. But oh my goodness!
Well, that one he put through the uprights.
Yeah, I think he made up for that.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's all the way back by the back wall.
Yeah.
By the American
although
Family
15
Insurance.
yards helps a little bit.
Wow, and that might have gone through the middle of the goalpost too. That could be a
it's just practice
for 4-point field goal. That should be a new rule. If you can kick it through the goalpost on a kickoff, that's worth 4 points.
All right, you propose it.
Yeah.
I'll back you up.
That's really going to go
and then
far.
It won't go anywhere.
All right, we'll stick with what we got. All right, Arrowhead now up 6-0, and Matt Stevens tries to get the Bayport offense on the board. They give it to Brady Moon, and he's going nowhere. Connor Tierney finished off the play, 45. Moon was able to squirt. Well, no, they're going to give him a loss of 1. But boy, there were a lot of red shirts around Brady Moon.
I think the guy that really made that play, even though he wasn't in on the tackle, looked to me like was number 1, Ethan Curley, coming out the right side edge, forced it back inside where the pursuit from the Arrowhead defense was able to converge and plant him for a loss. But you have to be sound fundamentally. Again, if your job is outside contain, you might not make the tackle, but you have to be in position to allow the other guys to flow and get the job done.
Bayport's offense averages 45.6 points a game. Arrowhead's defense 14.9 per contest. Here's Stevens, the quarterback. He'll keep it. He'll get to the 25-yard line, so that'll set up 3rd and 5 for the Pirates as we're closing in on the 3-minute mark of the first half.
And those stats you throw up for points per game and stops per game and all that kind of stuff, right? In this type of atmosphere, in this type of game, throw it out the window.
Yeah.
And the coaches know that, right? You're playing the best of the best, guys that earn their way. Again, these 2 teams in the quarter or the semifinals, the matchups they've had, earn their way. But this is a totally different ball game here in the state championship level.
3rd and 5, Bayport. Fake to Moon, over the middle, complete. Casey Jacobson then lost the football. Are they calling it incomplete? Oh, they're saying down. They're saying that it was a reception and the player was down. The knee must have been down. So they're going to keep it with Bayport. Pat Miles is running over here with a funny look on his face. He's going to take a look at this and tell us what he thinks. So they say Jacobson completed it and the ground caused the fumble. That fair, Pat?
I'd like to see that one more time just to see if he made the football move, right? But if he caught it, and looked to me like he was able to turn catch it and turn, then got drilled. When his back hit the ground, the ball popped out.
Okay, it's a completion to Jacobson and a first down. Now Moon hasn't been able to break many big ones yet. Another look at that last reception. You make the call.
Nice throw, good catch. He's got security of it. Ball comes to the ground, or his back goes to the ground and pops out.
So he got a couple steps in. And then when his back hit the ground, out popped the football.
It took a heck of a shot. Wow.
No kidding. 2nd and 8. Great throw. Ethan Orlando. And he breaks a tackle. He's inside the 30. Boy, what a throw by Stevens as Orlando was all by himself on the near sideline.
Well, this is probably something that Bayport watched, right? The route combination doing an out route and the other receiver just releasing down. If the corner outside backer jumps the out route, there's a pocket before you get to the safety or the corner over the top. Really well done in executing that route combination and screwing up the Arrowhead defense to find that open window.
35-yard gain from Stevens to Orlando. Pirates in business. Stevens keeping, runs into a wall. Zach Laveau grabbed the Pirates quarterback.
Now, if I'm Brady Moon, I'm running the option with you. I'm about 4 yards out and 4 yards back from you. And as you see your quarterback turn the corner and all the defense starts to collapse, plant and pitch it to me, please, because there's nobody in the outside edge, right? Give me the rock, but hey, you got two guys that are really good football players, really well coached, and I'm sure they'll look for that later.
He's very well mannered if he's
he did all right.
Moon, they fake it to him. Stevens throwing, has a man wide open, and just overshot him. Oh, goodness gracious. Brady Suda had no one around him, and Stevens just couldn't quite connect.
That's just getting a guy lost, right? You're seeing the stuff up in front of you defensively. He just leaks up from his tight end position. Nobody's there because they're looking at the run fake. First off, so you suck up the linebackers. He's a delayed release from his tight end position, and he goes right up outside the hash, and that's just one that, as your quarterback, give him a chance. Just float it. You don't have to rifle that one. Nobody around. Just give him a chance to run to the football.
And you got to have amnesia. You can't think, I should have had that.
Shake this down.
Here we go.
Timeout, Arrowhead. First timeout of the half.
Okay, Arrowhead timeout. 46 seconds on the clock. The only score of the game, Nolan Hansen to Harper Hughes for 18 yards. So here's Stephen Jorgensen. Of course, his dad, Steve, won 3 WIA state football championships at Oshkosh North and Kimberly. Stephen Jorgensen became a head coach at Fond du Lac at 26 years old in 2019. He took over for Gary Westerman, who had great success at Bayport. Stephen played for Steve at Kimberly, and can you believe it? Stephen's first game as head coach at Bayport was against
Kimberly.
Kimberly, of course. And he's got there you see Matt Harris, and we talked about his journey. Said it's always been in the back of his mind that he could be the head coach at Arrowhead. Of course, you think of Arrowhead's great tradition. You think head coach Tom Tarasca,
right,
who won 4 state titles. You think of some of the great players, Nick Hayden, Tyler Donovan. They played at Wisconsin. Ben Bredesen played at Michigan. He's currently with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFL. But boy, you think Arrowhead, you think football tradition.
For sure.
Okay, after the timeout, 3rd and 7, fake. Stevens throwing, complete, short of the first down. Clock continues to run. That was Beckett Corton with the reception. And the clock stops with 34 seconds.
Timeout, Bayport. First timeout of the half.
So as a head coach, like, you're having discussions with your rest of your coaching staff. If we don't get it, are we going to kick a field goal? If we don't get it, are we going to go for it? What are we going to run? All those things are going through a head coach's mind, right? And making sure everybody's all on the same page. Calling the timeout is a good thing, just to settle everybody down, understand what the situation is, what's expected, and how you're going to attack this 4-down situation.
How about the Bayport tradition? Some of the former Bayport Pirates, Dan Benning, Alec Ingold, Cole Van Lannen. Ken DeBush, he was a pretty good punter.
He did all right in the day.
Yeah. They also had member of the U.S. men's national soccer team go through Bayport, Jay Demerit. So again, some of the names of the great athletic history of the two schools. Bayport is 0 for 1 on 4th down, and this is a 4th and 2 coming up for Steven Jorgensen's offense. You see Bayport still with 2 timeouts. Arrowhead also with 2.
Might look for a hard count here on this, try and draw them off sides. We'll see.
Matt Stevens, the senior quarterback. Looks like their option, and Moon fumbled it. It's loose, and it's not going to matter who recovered because it'll be Arrowhead's ball on downs. Well, there was that pitch.
Yeah. Although Stevens was under pressure with that one, right? He just tried to flick it as quick as he could. And Moon, it just got, a little bit low into the legs as you see him come here. Great pressure by number 1 for Arrowhead, and Curley, and just a bad pitch. Those are tough.
Yeah, so at that point, the recovery was moot.
Yep. Had he fielded that clean, he might have had a chance just to get enough for the first down. But you got to have guys show up and make plays, right? And when your opportunity knocks, for Curley, he's come up big a couple times here in this first half.
How about that Arrowhead defense? They've held Bayport to 32 total yards in the first half. Let's see how aggressive Arrowhead will get here. They're going to go to the run. Jabari Craig finds a seam and skirts out of bounds just inside the 35.
Gets out of bounds and preserve their 2 timeouts. Moving the chains. They just look very comfortable in this type of situation, which tells me they practiced 2-minute drill under 4 minutes, under 1 minute, right? 30 seconds. We only have a certain amount of time. They practice it with no timeouts, 1 timeout, 2 like all those situations and schemes that you go through throughout the course of the season. This is where it shows up.
22 seconds left in the half. Craig again. And again he squirts through the left side. Clock will stop as it's a first down.
And I think we're getting a timeout from Arrowhead as well.
Yeah, now you got to start thinking about things. Well,
11-yard gain to the 44.
Timeout, Arrowhead. Second timeout of the half.
Because you remember how close DeBoer got on that 50-yard field goal
Right.
attempt. So you got to get to what, 35, a little outside that, 45, 52. So you got to get closer to the 30 probably.
And I would think they probably either design something. They only have the 1 timeout left now, right? You design something to get to the boundary or towards the sideline for pass plays. And Bayport on the other side, we need to be outside, contain, and force them back in, not allow them to get to that sideline in order to stop the clock. We got to try and make them burn that timeout, but you can't play soft, right? You have to play aggressive here to finish out this first half with just 16 seconds left. Maybe they dial up a little pressure with the delayed blitz. But this is the gamesmanship of football that's kind of fun and frustrating at the same time for coaches, because you're trusting 16, 17, 18-year-old kids to take advantage.
Don't be surprised if Arrowhead goes to one of those track guys. On the outside.
Little dumps dumped out. Yep.
Or just go.
Yeah.
Run to the Buick and I'll throw it to you. Like the olden days.
Yeah, draw it up in the dirt.
Right. Hansen over the middle, has a man. That's Harper Hughes who caught the touchdown with another big catch. And now they're thinking about a field goal with 10 seconds left in the half.
Coach called another timeout for Arrowhead, so they burned their last one.
Timeout, Arrowhead. The final timeout of the half.
Hughes beat Brady Moon over the middle.
Sitting in the pocket under pressure from number 19, Cornell. He does a great job of delivering that football. And sometimes you got to take that for the team. Now, this is one with 10 seconds. If you got everybody up fast enough to line to spike it, that's one thing. But by the time they all get settled, you might have burned another 2 or 3 seconds off the clock. This would be one I think they're going to take a look for sure. A quick pass to the outside because you don't have any extra timeouts now to use. If you can get a little bit closer, great. If you can't, you got to be smart with us.
25-yard gain on that last catch by Harper Hughes. Okay, so it's a 31. So you add 10, 41, add 7 more.
Yeah, 7 more. Yeah. 48-yarder.
48. It would be 48. I would say that's within his range. But boy, if you can get a quick out, get maybe 7, 8 yards. Yeah. So yeah, if you could get just a few more and stop that clock, again, out of timeouts, you got a chance.
I'm guessing this will be a quick hit to the boundary side closest to us here on the west side of the stadium. just to get out of bounds. If you can get a few extra yards, great. Give your kicker a little bit more confidence to get in. They got a bunch set lined up to the left-hand side with a single receiver split pretty tight. We'll see what they dial up here.
First down, so that's not a problem. To the side, and nobody's going to get that one. Incomplete at 4 seconds. Still waiting to see if DeBoer is coming off the bench. And yes, 26 is coming on the field. So it will be that 48-yard field goal attempt.
Nice job by the coaches schooling up your quarterback too. Like, hey, if it's open, you can deliver it quick, do it. If you can't, throw it out of bounds and preserve that time that we need for the field goal here by DeBoer.
So with that miss, he's still 16 of 19 on the season, and he did hit a 52-yarder earlier in the year. The hold will come at the 38-yard line. You'll get a good look at it from the north end zone.
Oh, jumped off sides.
Oh, man, that's a big 5. DeBoer put the kick off. He bounced it off the upright.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
So he made it from 48 as it bounced off the crossbar, and now he's going to go from 43.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now put it past the whole thing.
You know, I've seen more and more guys jump on NFL and college lately.
Well, you're trying to get that quick reaction to the football, right? And sometimes it's just a quick delay if they use the same cadence. You're trying to anticipate, but that's a big 5 yards.
Okay, DeBoer again, this time from 43. Blocked. Still loose. Bayport picks it up, but that'll be the half. So DeBoer, the great kicker, has missed an extra point, missed from 50, has another one blocked.
Well, and that's great opportunistic defense on your special teams, right by Bayport. That you have a screw up, you give them 5 extra yards, but you get a little ticked off, right? And you get in there, you wait, the ball's snapped, and off they go. And just some great penetration up front.
Oof.
Awesome job. I think that was number 0 Gauthier too, wasn't it? If I saw that right?
Yeah, a couple of guys got it. I think it was the first deflection and then the second deflection.
Left-hand side, you see Gauthier get off him.
Look at 78.
Oh, yeah.
That is Aiden Dirksen, the Badger.
That would have been blocked either way.
Oh. So if you're a field goal kicker, you see guys 6'7", 290 sticking up a big paw at you, what do?
Move back 2 more yards.
Think 2's enough?
Yeah.
So, boy, 3 points there. Felt like that would have been a lot more than 3 because it's such a defensive struggle. Okay, let's go down to the field where Carl Winter has our coaches interview.
Coach Harris, crazy ending to the half there, but your defense playing lights out, especially on the front 7. What do you like about that side of the football?
Yeah, I'm just really excited for our boys. They worked really hard. They know how powerful this offense is, and they're just playing one play at a time. And you can see that out there. They don't let anything get them down, even when they have a positive play.
In this game, really a rock fight. The difference in that half was you guys being able to force a turnover. What do you think will be the difference in the second half?
Yeah, it was good to see our offense start clicking a little bit there at the end and, get comfortable. And I hope to see us make some adjustments offensively and start finishing some of those. Start finishing, and we'll feel good about that then.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Back to you guys.
I'd say a rock fight pretty well describes it.
Yeah.
Some would call it a slobber knocker.
Take your pick, right?
Yeah, okay.
It's just been a heck of a game.
It's halftime. Arrowhead leading 6-0. Division I championship. Now a word from your local stations. This is your WIAA network station.
Welcome back to Camp Randall Stadium. Arrowhead leads Bayport 6-0 here at the half. And welcome back to Celebrity Row. May I introduce now the executive director of the WIA, Stephanie Hauser. And Stephanie, I know this is like the last night of the fall sports season. You have been traveling all over here the last 3 or 4 weeks. What are your impressions?
It's been an incredible fall championship, Scott. When the weather and the matchups are good, it is spectacular. And really, truly, Mother Nature's been kind all fall. And when you have matchups like we've seen down here today, It brings an environment that is so much fun for these kids. And then you get a venue like UW and the city of Madison and our venues all across the state. They roll out the red carpet and they make it so special for these families and these kids and these coaches. It's really the best.
It's got to be a beautiful thing when you don't have to worry about weather postponements, huh?
Absolutely.
Tell me about, when people think WIA, it's tournaments, but there's a lot of business that goes on behind the scenes. Tell us a little bit about what goes into putting on all this stuff.
Absolutely. This is not just the only fun thing that we get to do. We've got a membership of 515 schools across the state of Wisconsin. And so much goes in from those volunteers that are principals, superintendents, athletic directors from all of those schools. They come together. It's a very intricate committee system. They make great decisions that are really good for kids. We appreciate their volunteerism. Everybody's in it for the same reason. It's to make things like this happen and create special memories for all of our student athletes across the state of Wisconsin.
And at the base and at the core of all this is education-based athletics. You were an athlete, your kids were athletes, your husband was an athlete. You know what that's all about.
It's unique and it's different and it's special. There's really nowhere else that you can go that you see. We just saw both bands performing from both schools here, the dance teams from both schools. Communities come out in full because it's just so much pride for them to be here and supporting those kids. It's more than a game, and that's truly what's at the core of education-based athletics.
Stephanie, so great to see you again. Enjoy this second half here of the Division I Championship.
Scott, thanks to you and your whole crew for being here and making this possible.
All right, we'll step aside and hear a word from our local stations. This is your WIAA network station. Well, I've heard the guys say that it's been a rock fight, it's been a slobber knocker, it's been one big defensive battle. 6-0 Arrowhead leads Bayport here at the half. Let's show you how we got to this point. Run down some of those big plays from the first half. Not a whole lot of offense. Arrowhead trying to get something going offensively. Nolan Hansen finding Harper Hughes here to keep a drive alive, but Arrowhead couldn't convert on that drive. And Bayport trying to get a drive going, but here's an interception by Jack Borst, taking it down to the 22-yard line. Later in the second quarter, that would lead to this. Hansen to Hughes, 18 yards to the core of the end zone for the touchdown. The extra point was missed, so it's 6-0 Arrowhead. Now, towards the end of the first half, Bayport facing a 4th and 2 deep in Arrowhead territory, but they fumble the pitch, and they turn it over on downs. That would lead to this. Arrowhead with a long field goal attempt, but Bayport blocks it. So defense and special teams dominating the first half. In fact, both teams barely over 100 total yards, 110 for Bayport, 114 for Arrowhead. Arrowhead at least a bit balanced on their side, as well as Bayport. And third down conversions, 4 of 6 for Arrowhead, Bayport at 2 of 5. We'll send it back upstairs shortly, but right now a word from our local stations. This is your WIAA network station.
Received the second half kickoff, and moments ago, Carl Winter spoke with Bayport head coach Steven Jorgensen.
Coach, it was a dicey second quarter, but you're only down by 6. What do you need to improve in the second half?
Yeah, we got to do everything. We didn't make many plays. Praise God, playing in the state title. There's 24 minutes left in this season. We're down 6 points. God is good. We're going to go make some plays this half. We talked to our guys. They're ready to play. We didn't have our best half. It's a 48-minute game.
And you faced adversity a couple times this season, so what was your message to the guys before their last half of the season?
Stay the course. 48 minutes, that's what we want to do. We want to play 48 minutes. We're going to make plays this half. Like I said, look around, guys. You're playing in the state title, 24 minutes left. Enjoy it, relax. Let's play this game how we know how.
All right, sounds good, Coach. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, more or less, don't fear the situation, right? Embrace the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm jumping out the window here. I want to go play for him. Isn't he something?
Not many coaches, right, when they're interviewed that way are smiling, they're happy. But he's right. This is a great experience, a great opportunity for both these squads. Yep. It's been a great defensive battle through the first half. I think both offenses who are used to scoring points are a little bit like, what just happened there? Now let's regroup. And as he said, stay the course, right? Yep. Stay true to who we are and our identity, and let's just go make plays.
Okay, this is Beckett Corton. He's going to kick off for Bayport. Ryan Hyman. Devin Nettles deep. And it's a short kick, and it's at the midfield stripe, and it's grabbed by Arrowhead. That's number 82. That is Logan Crowley. And they try a little surprise kick there.
Well, heads up, they got people bunched on the inside, 2 sprinters on the outside, single receiver basically that way, and they try to get the ball bouncing nice and high, but great job of attacking to the ball. He could have got it a little bit earlier where the kicking team couldn't have touched it before the 10-yard mark, but was secure even though he got popped there at the end, was able to hang on to the football, and great field position to start the second half by Arrowhead.
Boy, he'll take midfield anytime, won't he? 1st and 10, Warhawks. This is Devin Nettles. He'll get about 7.
Brought down again by Gauthier. He's all over the field. I really like watching Nettles. He's pretty patient. Finds a seam, he puts his foot in the ground to get north and south when something breaks, and he's been gaining positive yards here after that first drive they had where they were shut down, but really good job of skirting through a really tight seam.
Nettles was the man in the state semifinals against Waunakee. 20 carries, 117 yards. On the season, he's approaching 800 yards with 5 scores. They'll give it to Nettles again, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down by a couple yards.
I think grabbed first initially by Cornell, number 19, does a good job of sinking down basically a squat position and forcing him to come backwards and allow 2 or 3 other defenders to come with him. But that takes some strength through your legs, right? To be able to stop a running back who's running forward, you grab, you're behind, you squat and sit, and then he can't go anywhere because of the pressure you put on him. Just well done, grabbing cloth, making sure he doesn't slip the tackle.
There's Nolan Hansen. He was 5 of 8 passing, over 58 yards and a touchdown in the first half. We'll see if this is a passing situation, although it's 3rd and only 2 inside of Bayport territory. They'll hand it off again, and again, that's London Cornell leading the charge defensively. What a start to the second half for number 19.
Well, he's down at nose guard position, just slips a block. You see him come right off the middle of your screen here.
Poof.
Delivers a pop. Really, really well done.
Now, most of you know that Scott Nelson was a Rose Bowl champion, defensive back for the University of Wisconsin. Some would say a 6-0 game would be a little boring.
I love this. This has been great back and forth. Like these potent offenses, right? If you can shut them down defensively, that sits really well. But I appreciate a well-played defensive game. It's not like the mistakes are happening. Like these guys are sound fundamentally on both sides.
Evan Wozniak, the first-team All-State punter for Arrowhead, and they're going to keep this one out of the end zone. It was touched at about the 6-yard line, maybe the 7. But Bayport will start deep in its own territory on their first possession of the second half when we return. Time for a word from our network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. The 2025 WIAA State Football Championships are brought to you in part by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Rural Mutual Insurance. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. Support Wisconsin dairy farmers by eating Wisconsin cheese and drinking Wisconsin milk. Just look for the Proudly Wisconsin badge. The Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity. Boy, there you see some of the great years. And that's that 1994 Rose Bowl year. That was something else.
Special one for sure.
Stevens throwing and completing. Ethan Orlando, another big grab. He'll get outside the 20 and a first down for Bayport to get him out of the hole.
Orlando does a great job on this route, pressing downfield, quick plant, get to the outside edge, and at the end here, watch this. Just a one-handed grab, basically. Stops the ball, secures it up with the left hand, and he did stay in bounds. I thought he may have stepped out, but great camera work by our guys to show that he was able to get a couple extra in bounds.
16 yards on the pass from Stevens to Orlando.
Fumble.
Oh, Moon, it's on the ground. And Arrowhead looks like they're going to steal it away as Tristan Seidel comes away with it. Oh, a huge turnover. And Seidel gets the recovery.
Well, for Stevens and Moon, this is really, really frustrating because they've been a great tandem all year long. And I don't know if he just hung on to it too long in his side, if he's trying to pull it out or what he was doing. It just looked like there was indecision on the part of the quarterback whether he's going to give or take when the ball gets to the ground. Again, the pursuit and aggressiveness physicality of the Warhawk defense. Johnny on the spot comes up with it. Big turnover by Seidel.
He's first team All-Classic 8 Conference. A Sioux Falls commit to play football. Second fumble of the game for Bayport. And it sets up Arrowhead at the 23. Hansen looking, still looking. Now flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run it. He'll gain yards before Gauthier wrestles him down about the 15-yard line.
Really good job on the back end by Bayport, making sure everybody's covered. I think he wanted to go to a corner route as he turned around. That was covered over the top, and then it's just a matter of footwork and trying to prolong the play. And then I'd be real careful here because Gauthier, he's a hunter, right? He reads things and he knows he got him stopped. Nobody else is out there because everybody else is in coverage. He's got to attack. I really like watching him play linebacker.
How'd you like to have the ball and see number 0?
And not so much.
Oof. 2nd and 2, gain of 8. Nice gain there for the quarterback. And another ball loose. Bayport says they have it. And they do. Boy, the turnover fest all of a sudden. Rex Helms comes away with the football.
Well, the physicality of this game, right? Guys coming in, extra bodies. If you've got somebody wrapped up, 2nd, 3rd, 4th guys coming in are trying to punch and rip that football out. But take a good look here as he cuts up. There's Gauthier making an attack.
That was Jacob Seiner, the ball
carrier. The ball came out. One of the defenders, I think that was 19, Cornell, landed on it.
Yep.
But I think Gauthier is the one who got his hand in there and ripped it out.
Boy, what a game he's having.
Sometimes you got to create the opportunity, right? You got to create your own luck. And that's pursuing physical football that you're seeing right now here by both squads.
That is the first turnover of the game against Arrowhead. So Bayport gets it back at their own 14, but boy, they are glad to have it back. Now Moon splits wide right. And they were coming back for Moon, I think. Yep. Pass a little short, incomplete.
Yep, made a little fake to the left, rolls out to the right, looking for Moon. Great coverage on the outside edge. Quarterback smartly just throws it down in the turf in the direction of his players, so no grounding. But a good throwaway by the quarterback.
Last year, Bayport won the Division I football championship 25-18 over Muskego, and they defeated Muskego 38-35 in the state semifinals last Friday. Here's Stevens, running room, first down, out of bounds, 31-yard line.
Well, they needed that, right? They've been stymied all day long by this Arrowhead defense. They needed something positive. First, it starts with giving up a turnover, getting a turnover back, and now the offense has to find a way to capitalize on this. Design run for him the entire way. Does a really good job of following the blockers. The guys did a great job blocking, opening up an alley for him, and a little stiff arm flies out of bounds.
17-yard gain for Matt Stevens, the senior quarterback. He's 6'4", 210. Empty backfield here. Now in motion comes Moon. Again, Stevens goes up the middle. Hang on to that football, young man, to the 35. Boy, coaches preach ball security, ball security.
Yeah, they're doing it often in this game, right?
Yeah, they're reminding
physicalness of this
people.
game, yeah. I think Zach Laveau first got initial contact on Stevens, just slowed him down enough. Still able to get a couple yards out of that play, but slowed him down where the guys can pursue.
I see number 5 out there, Jackson Otradovic. He had the game-winning touchdown against Muskego in the state semifinals last Friday. No catches yet today, so they'd love to see number 5 get in the mix here. Stevens going to keep it again. Cuts it upfield. It's still going. That's a first down for Bayport.
Well, this is the time where you see the energy on their sideline, the energy in the offensive lineman, how fast they're moving, right? And they've got Arrowhead on their heels a little bit here, a little bit tired, wearing them down up front, but a great surge and holding blocks by that offensive line as they stretch to the right. Really good job in executing their assignment.
Cash Ebling, the fullback, helping lead the way there. Now Moon gets a little pitch, and he's in trouble. Well, somehow he manages to gain maybe a yard and a half.
We used to see a lot of times where it was a pitch behind or just a handoff. If it's a handoff, right, and he fumbles the ball, it's a fumble. If you pitch it to him forward, it's considered a forward pass. So even if he does drop it, it's just incomplete. So it takes away a little bit of the onus from the exchange, which is kind of nice to see where coaches have evolved their game planning around that.
You know who that drives nuts? Fantasy football players.
It does.
What do you mean it's a pass? It's a run. No, what?
I try to stay away from that.
Yeah,
it's too stressful.
I think that's a really good idea. 2nd and 10. Fake to Moon. And here comes the rush. And Tristan Seidel sacks Matt Stevens.
Guys are fired up. That's some defensive pressure up front, collapsing a pocket. Just finding a way to get to the quarterback. That offensive line just kept closing and closing because of the push that defensive line has. Little stunt, wrap around. Sometimes coaches call that a twist. But again, finding ways to make plays for their team.
Seidel with 4 tackles, a sack, and a fumble recovery as well. 3rd and 15. Stevens, little throwback screen, and that's going to be short of a first down. Casey Jacobson on the reception. Good gain, though, into Bayport territory to the 47. It's going to be 4th and about 2, so a productive 3rd down play.
And if you're released, stop and retrace your steps. Number 42, Alex Hansen, almost read that, but he's the only one who saw it. He almost got his hands onto him, but a really good job of slipping that tackle and sets up a critical 4th down situation.
Yeah, they're going for it. You're right. Moon in the pistol behind Stevens. Moon. Now you know he's going to get some important yardage. Wasn't the big breakaway, but it's another first down.
Yeah, that's what this needs to be now after the big. You gave up a turnover. You got it right back. You need to sustain the drives. That's moving the sticks 10 yards at a time. Just be patient with what you're doing, but continue to put pressure on this defense.
Brady Moon today, 14 carries, 33 yards, an average per carry of 2.4.
Yeah, not his normal day, that's for sure.
And another run. That'll get it inside the 40 with Moon. And Alex Hansen, we're saying his name quite a bit here. 42 on the tackle for Arrowhead.
Starting to see a little bit more of a push from this offensive line, trying to drive downfield, where in the first half it was much more of a stalemate. They're starting to get lathered up here a little bit and gain some great yardage here because of the guys up front working.
2nd and 5. We're down to 3.5 minutes, 3rd quarter. Still only 1 score in the game. Stevens. That'll be a first down, Pirates.
Stevens on the carry. Only made the tackle.
Having a quarterback, Jay, that can run like this and gain yards and chunks like this, he's a big body, as you said earlier, right? But that just adds a whole different dimension for the defense to plan for. And he's strong, powerful, lowers the shoulder, gets a couple extra as he stretches out. It's just really hard when you're playing 11 guys, right? When the quarterback, normally you just watch for him for handing off and throws. When you throw him into the run game now, it changes the dynamics.
From the 33, here's Moon. There he finds an opening. Close to a first down. They're going to mark him just short. Have to give some credit to that Bayport offensive line. Lucas Wyenberg, Henry Atkinson, Drew LeClaire, Jace Fontaine, Aiden Dirksen. They're starting to open up a few holes for Stevens and Moon. They're the only 2 guys who have rushing attempts today. Stevens now 13 carries, 50 yards. He's averaging 3.8 a carry. And Moon is 16 for 49, averaging 3.1 yards per tote. 2nd and 2. Stevens. Inside the 20, inside the 15, to the 10. Boy, there's traffic there too, and he just finds a way.
There is. They've got, defense has 3 down linemen, 2 outside backers. Basically looks like an old 5-2, but they're doing a great job. And then you pull a player, little chip block. He just finds a seam to get through and gets a first down, right? They're just taking what the defense is giving right now. They're not trying to force the situation.
Jack Borst pushed him out of bounds, but not until Stevens got to the 10, where it's 1st and goal. Stevens again, spinning to the 5. Boy, he was stopped right at the line, but kept his feet moving.
He's feeling it right now. He's just like, keep giving me the rock. My boys are working up front. Let's get this thing in for 6.
Arrowhead scored the only touchdown of the game, but missed the extra point. Now we're under 2 minutes in the third quarter. Division I championship. Bayport trying to get consecutive state Division I titles. This is a 2nd and goal from the 5. Again, it's Stevens. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bayport. Boy, was Stevens running crazy on that touchdown drive.
Matt Stevens does a great job here of riding the handoff to Brady Moon, who we all know is very talented. Arrowhead's defense know he's very talented. He's just reading, and he sees the edge get blocked down. At that moment, I'm going to pull it. I'm going to turn the corner. I'm going to get 6. But he's got to be patient enough for that block to get set up. He did exactly that, and he gave his team 6.
Beckett Corton for the lead. Good. Bayport 7. Arrowhead 6. Late third quarter. Now a word from our network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Bayport 7, Arrowhead 6. Be sure to download the WIAA Sports Live app to your television or mobile device. The app is free and delivers the WIAA championships for 10 sports throughout the school year. It is free to download and watch the games. The WIAA Sports Live app is sponsored by the Universities of Wisconsin. Boy, what a long drive that was.
Yeah.
14 plays, 86 yards, took almost 7 minutes.
And it's pretty much the Matt Stevens show, right? He just was able to finish the drive for his team. And again, you ride your horses when you get to a situation like this. And he was reading the defense really well. He's pulling the ball. He was out on the edge by himself a few different times and was able to get in for 6. A huge score for Bayport.
Corton to kick. Again, they go short. And again, it's taken by Arrowhead. That was Logan Crowley again.
Well, doing stuff like that, you got to have a lot of trust and faith in your defense, right, to hold up here. Now, all the momentum is with the Pirates. Arrowhead's got to find a way to get some chunk yards, move the chains a few different times, and start to steal some of that momentum back. There's a lot of shifts through this game, not a lot of scoring, but we've seen two teams go up and down the field and then get stopped. This is a drive now here where Arrowhead doesn't have to panic, but they got to get something going in their favor to get some of that momentum back.
There's Nolan Hansen. 5 of 8 passing, 58 yards and a touchdown for the Arrowhead junior quarterback. He starts out with a throw. He starts out with a completion. And there's Ryan Hyman. First down, Arrowhead.
They've run this play a couple different times now. Jabari Craig comes out of the backfield. A linebacker has to flow with him. Another linebacker sitting in the middle of the field. And there becomes a window or a pocket where the quarterback can throw. It's just a matter of the receiver getting downfield far enough, turning into the open spot, and expecting the ball to be delivered on time. That was perfectly executed.
17-yard completion. You saw Hyman coming off to the side, holding his shoulder. We'll see if he can return quickly. He's being looked at by the medical people right now. Nettles, nice cutback. Gets inside the 30. Just short of a first down.
A little bit of energy, little sense of excitement here now stirring on the Arrowhead sideline, and you get plays like that as an offensive lineman. You see your running back going down after you slip through just a slight seam, right? Those guys are going to start to get moving, a little bit of energy, bouncing their step, and again, they're starting to pull some of the momentum back away from Bayport.
Gain of 8. They'll throw on 2nd and 2, and that's going to be just wide as he was looking for Harper Hughes, who has the Arrowhead touchdown reception.
Well defended by Rex Helms, number 23, the safety that's out on the outside receiver. Started to turn his hips, was able to put his foot in the ground, plant where the quarterback had to throw it short and away. This time he decided to throw it long over the top just because of the coverage. It was really well done defensively.
We're down to 17 seconds in the quarter. And Hansen's on the sideline for this 3rd and 2. So Arrowhead with a little wrinkle here. And a pre-snap penalty against the Warhawks. Somebody moved.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Well, let's see if that brings the quarterback Hansen out. Yep. Watch the left side of the Arrowhead line. Yep.
Yeah, just a fraction of a second early. Sometimes that's really hard to see. Is it before the snap? Is it at the snap? Right, like the timing of that, the officials have to be really locked in on their game as well. But I don't disagree with that call after seeing that replay.
It's Zach Laveau who got an early start.
Please put 17 seconds on the game clock. 17 seconds. Thank you.
Okay, pre-snap penalty. The clock should not have started, so they put 2 seconds back. And there you see Nolan Hansen back in his familiar quarterback position. But now 3rd and 7 for Arrowhead. Just outside field goal range, you would think. Hansen in trouble. Down he goes. Gauthier's there. Dirkson's there.
Sacked, 1-yard loss.
That's what you call a coverage sack. Everybody covered in the back end. Nobody bid on the fakes and the double moves. Really good job in the back end by Bayport. And if you hold up.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
You hold up for enough time, 3-4 seconds, that defensive front's really going to get after you. And case in point.
We're going to the 4th quarter. Bayport 7, Arrowhead 6. Now a word from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Historic Camp Randall Stadium. Matt Stevens' 5-yard touchdown run. The extra point has Bayport up 7-6 as we start the 4th quarter. The Road to State brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance. We talked about those close calls for Arrowhead down the stretch.
Yeah, they've been battle tested for sure throughout the playoffs, right? With the exception of Wausau West, they pretty much handled that one. But between Brookfield, East Hamilton, and then again the great matchup last week with Wanakee, could have very well have been 2 different semifinals, could have been the 2 state championship games, but here we sit with Arrowhead and Bayport head-to-head.
And they're going for it. Arrowhead is on 4th and 8. Hansen drops. Hansen throws. Oh, just so close to Ryan Hyman, but deflected away. Tommy Berg says, I got it. So is Mikey Jones. Oh, boy.
This is a play on 4th down. As you watch this develop, coverage in the back end, linebackers are blitzing, trying to put pressure on him. He continues to step forward. He's got a lot of green space in front of him, certainly enough to get a 1st down. But your eyes are focused downhill, and that's, again, some youthfulness in high school. Like, they're not always aware of that type of situation. But I think if he would have ran, he might have had a chance at it.
Yeah, I agree. Mikey Jones was the guy that knocked it away, number 4. All right, here's Bayport's offense now up a point. They'll start out on the ground. That's Moon. And his longest run of the night is 13 yards for Moon. And he has those incredible numbers.
And he's not frustrated. You watch him run. He's still running hard, right? He understands it's a slugfest. It's a heavyweight boxing match, whatever you want to call it, right? But I think he's just patiently waiting for his time to break.
Moon had 244 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns in last year's state championship game.
Fumble.
Oh, ball's on the ground. Connor Tierney recovers for Arrowhead. And the Warhawks get another turnover.
Stevens decides to keep this one again. He pulls it out of the belly of Brady Moon. He's getting downhill after he yanks it. You'll see him tuck it as he gets in there. Might even hit his own player as he was trying to get through that ball or through the hole, and ball squirts out. See if we catch a look here. Yeah, he's just up in the air and kind of gets popped there. That's where you want to teach your guys, if you're going through the heavy traffic there, not just one arm, but 2 arms. And as a quarterback, that's not something you're used to, right? You're going up the middle that way, and protecting the rock.
Well, Arrowhead was looking for that momentum changer, and that was it. From the 44 of Bayport, this drive starts. Jabari Craig. Gauthier.
Well, Mitch Billicky, number 58, pulls. He secures one guy, but there's just too many defenders on the right-hand side. He seals the edge, and then Zero's just sitting and waiting. Again, he's a hunter, right? As a linebacker, you love seeing that, the neck roll on the back of his helmet or on the shoulder pads, and he's just all over the place.
Jabari Craig must have gone, oh, no, it's him again. I got to go there. Loss of 1. 2nd and 11. Hansen will throw. He'll lob it and complete it. That is Harper Hughes again. First down, Arrowhead.
Well, nice job being patient. As you see, number 2, Jordy Walker works up to the running back. Then he's got to peel back, and it's just a pocket throw perfectly delivered by the quarterback and heads up to stay in bounds with the reception.
That's 13 yards from Hansen to Hughes. Hughes 4 catches, 66 yards and a touchdown. He's putting together a big night. There you see passing yards exactly even. This is Devin Nettles. Gauthier grabbed him, but not before. Big gain on first down.
Well, you can feel the excitement in the stadium. Both sides are cheering on the defense for Bayport. You're cheering on the offense for Arrowhead, and you can just feel that the guys are starting to feed off that. But again, you watch the offensive line. They're just down there. They're down and dirty. They're getting after it, but they know that they're able to get a push. It's just a matter of, can we get to the second level of those linebackers? That's the trouble that they've had, is getting to that next level.
Under 10 minutes, 4th quarter. 2nd and 3. Hansen looking to the end zone. Tipped away. Wow, a touchdown saving play by Mikey Jones again. Ryan Hyman was there, but Jones said not this time.
Great protection up front, right? You got a nice pocket, plenty of time to throw. You're just trying to find somebody, but that's, as a defensive back, is getting your hand up in the eyes of the receiver. Doesn't even really tip it, just throwing a little bit behind. Even if he catches it, I'm not sure he comes down in bounds, but again, you got to be in position defensively against these guys that get downfield because of the speed they have. You got to make sure you're over the top, and it's awfully scary when things like that happen.
All right, it's 3rd and 3, and they're beefing up here. Your biggins against our biggins. Nettles, strong run to the 21. That's going to be a first down carry.
Looks like Arrowhead brought in number 90, Jacob Downing, who's typically a defensive end.
Yeah.
But 220 pounds at fullback, just as a lead blocker when you come around that way. And again, more beef back there, knowing that it's going to be a short yardage situation. You try and get as many bodies massed up here. And guys pulling, and your running back just running right behind him. Yeah. It doesn't even need to seam. Just tuck me behind those big butts and let me roll.
Alex Hansen, the fullback, actually took the snap and then gave it off to Nettles, who got the first. From the 21. Bayport's defense trying to bow up here. Craig. Boy, they are punching at that football.
They sure are. Zip some zone blocking by that offensive line, right? Just body on a body, continue to push and move to the right as you know your running back's coming behind you. But you're right, that defense is coming in, and whether he wasn't down initially, you see it the tail end here. He'll sit on top of bodies, not down. He gets up, and then coming in, 22s coming in, whatever they can do to get that thing out.
That Arrowhead offensive line: Zach Longery, Mitch Bilicki, Andrew Downing, Buddy Grossmeyer, Aiden Schleep. 2nd and 8. Craig again. Elusive run to the 8.
Great vision by Craig here as he works to the left side. Again, the offensive line is just sliding man on man. He gets up into the gap, puts his foot in the ground. He jumps to the right just a fraction, but the over pursuit of the backside linebacker opened up that clearing for him for a big play. These yards, even though it's first down from the 9-yard line, these are 9 tough yards to get. Yeah. Everything happens so much faster.
They've got a nice running back rotation with Nettles, Craig, and Seiner.
Yeah, they've been able to produce tonight for sure.
1st and goal at the 9. This is Nettles. Nettles into the end zone. Touchdown, Arrowhead. 9 yards for the lead. That's a nice hole.
Boys are fired up for sure. Again, we saw the play before. Left side, he cuts back right. This side, time he starts to work to the right, cuts back left. It's one-on-one with the safety who wanted nothing to do with him. You see him go to the right. There's a clearance. Boom. Off he goes, and holy cow.
That's a Mack truck hole right there.
Yeah. Bodies bouncing off bodies and untouched.
Okay, 12-7, so Arrowhead will go for 2. Again, they missed the 1-point extra point attempt earlier. The drive, 8 plays, 44 yards, 3:41 elapsed time. This is for 2 points. Hansen will shovel. Nettles not going to get there. It'll stay a 5-point lead for Bayport. Or for Arrowhead, excuse me. Oh, we got a dandy Division I final. It's 12-7 Arrowhead. Now a word from our network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Devin Nettles, 9-yard touchdown, 2-point conversion. Comes up short, Arrowhead. And head coach Matt Harris leading Bayport, 12-7.
I don't mind the 2-point conversion, right? You look at the card and so you go up 14-7, right? Makes sense. I just, as we were talking off air, I like play action down there because things happen so fast. Bayport was really crammed in. Sometimes you throw a little misdirection at him. The quarterback rolls back out. Maybe a little pop pass or he's bootlegs to the other side. And again, just a great job defensively by Bayport sneaking that one out and stopping him short.
Wozniak to kick it off for Arrowhead. He's got a big leg. This one's kind of a line drive. It'll skip. And the return by Brady Moon. He'll head to the right sideline and run out of bounds just past the 20-yard line. Interesting statistic and factor tonight. All the points have been scored off turnovers. We've had 5 turnovers in the game, and all 19 have been scored after those turnovers.
Well, offensively, if your defense gets you a turnover, you better reap the benefit of the work that they did and punch it in. Points are hard to come by tonight. You got to continue to create some turnovers and opportunities for your offense to get after. We'll see what Bayport can come out with here now after giving up that long drive.
Boy, and so many stats are dead even. 12 first downs for both teams. Total yards 220 to 198. Here's Moon. Oh boy, he kept his feet going and got a little more out of that play. Anthony Vetta, the cornerback, helping on the stop. But passing yards dead even, as we said, 88 apiece. Penalties have been low. Bayport with 3 for 20. Arrowhead 1 for 5. And total plays, Bayport with 45, Arrowhead with 42. This is 2nd and 6 after the 4-yard gain by Moon. This time the quarterback Stevens keeps it. Bounces off one tackler, but it's going to be 3rd and about 4.
That time I watched Stevens as he kept the football. He ended up getting another hand on that ball. Coach had obviously talked ball security, which has been one of the things that's plagued them here tonight.
Yeah, Bayport 4 fumbles, 4 fumbles, 3 lost. Yeah.
Arrowhead's had some great opportunities to score some more points, but this Bayport defense, as we talked earlier, bend, but don't break. They've broken a couple times, but they're certainly in this ball game.
3rd and 3, halfway point of the 4th quarter. Pre-snap penalty, movement, Bayport.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense.
So we get a look at this replay I think it's going to be on the right side of this offensive line that just flinches just a quick second before the ball snapped. Yep, just a little butt flinch.
That's Chase Fontaine, 62.
I think he was going to come back the other way. We're going to fake the toss, and quarterback's going to keep it the weak side, so they're trying to tilt the defense with motion. A little eye candy, so to speak.
Bayport 2 of 6 on 3rd down tonight. They could really use a conversion here. Stevens rolling, running. Stevens, first down. He split a couple of defenders at the end and got the extra set of downs.
And I think he was trying to hit a little pop pass up the middle. Motion guy comes around, gets caught up with the linebacker in the middle of the field. I think that's the direction he was going to look to go, and understood that everybody else is covered. I got to tuck and run this thing.
Jacob Downing had a chance, but just couldn't quite tip the leg of Stevens. 13th first down of the night for Bayport. Clock approaches 5 minutes left. Division I championship. Stevens will keep it again. And not much there. 5, 6 Arrowhead defenders gang up for the stop.
And when you play down in the trenches, right, it's violent. You got to engage with your hands. The thing that's nice about a defensive lineman is you can grab the offensive guy, shuck him off to the side, and replace where you were, right, instead of getting driven out. And that's what exactly happened there. That defensive line for Arrowhead did a great job of getting off the blocks and stopping him for a yard gain.
This is 2nd and 9. Stevens will run it. And it's going to be a short gain. And it's going to be 3rd and long for the Bayport Pirates. Jacob Downing on the tackle.
Almost got out of that tackle. But again, when you're in a game like this, right, you're grabbing, hanging on to whatever you can. Players are playing at the top peak performance. They might start getting a little tired. Running backs, quarterbacks are starting to get a little fatigued. Sometimes those little trip ups that you would have gotten out early in the first quarter don't happen here in the 3rd and 4th.
This one is huge. 3rd and 6. Stevens fakes the pitch. Stevens turns it upfield. First down. Past midfield. Boy, I thought he was going to pitch it to Moon, and he didn't.
Well, and I think the defenders thought that too. As soon as that ball came out to his left-hand side, looking like it's going to Moon, he tucks it back. But the defense takes a quick step to their right on this little fake here. You see him jump out of, right, little juke, and you're stuck in no man's land.
Yeah.
You have to commit and understand assignment football when they're running option.
Poor Ethan
Who's got
Curley.
quarterback? Yeah,
what are you going to do?
Try to cover both, and you didn't get either one of them.
Boy, what a game. This is fantastic. Stevens 22 for 110 tonight. And now here's another running play. It'll get him to the 40. That's Stevens again.
Well, this is very similar to the last scoring drive. It was just a steady dose of Stevens going right, going left.
Yeah.
And if it's working, why stop?
Second and 5. The clock under 3 minutes. Can Steven Jorgensen's team pull one out here for a 2nd straight state championship? Stevens. Wow, what a catch. Brady Moon goes up high to grab it. Bayport on the move.
That's big time. He just doing a quick wheel route out of the backside. He's got number 42 in Alex Hansen, along with number 29, I think that was, if I'm not mistaken, for Arrowhead. 29
Anthony
is
Vetta.
Yep. And just a perfectly thrown football, splits the two of them and goes up high, as you said, to make that big time catch.
Just over 2 minutes left. 1st and 10 Pirates inside the 30. Ooh, nearly a bobble off the snap. Moon will get about 5. Well, that motion man almost got in the way of that.
That's very much timing and the cadence of your quarterback and the snap of your center. Like, that was really close.
Vetta again was the initial tackler. Closing in on a minute and a half in regulation. Moon in motion. He'll set. Stevens, good pocket, going deep. Oh, nearly caught by Moon. Oh, man, if he makes that play, wow.
Up back over the top of his head. That's just an adjustment in the route as the ball's coming. And as a running back, you're not used to doing that many times, right? Ball's thrown up and over the top. The defender doesn't have a chance to get it. He takes one little step to his right and becomes a much easier catch. That time he tried to catch it over the backside of his helmet. Those are really, really difficult. Not many professionals can make a catch like that.
Jack Borst was on the coverage for Arrowhead. 3rd and 5. Stevens, pitch, Moon, gets a block, cuts it up, cuts to the outside. He's at the 11. That's his longest run of the night.
I think I just saw the officials say Matt Stevens' helmet came off. He might have to come off for a play. They just waved him off, and I don't think he's coming back on right now. So he's got to sit a play. Helmet comes off.
Evan Wozniak with a sure tackle to get Moon at the 11. Yep, there's Stevens on the sideline. So this is Braden Maney. He'll hand it off to Moon. Moon inside the 5. Moon to the end zone. Touchdown, Bayport. Brady Moon from 11 yards. And the Pirates have a 1-point lead.
That sheer effort. Great job first up by the offensive line, right? Your backup quarterback comes in, ready, Johnny on the spot. This is now where Moon gets initially hit right here. This is just attitude and effort to get in for the end zone, to extend and to reach. We'll see here maybe on the replay if his knee comes down before he extends in. He's up, he's up. That's a touchdown.
He's good. Bad Miles gives it the thumbs up. And they'll go for 2, makes sense. 12 plays, 76 yards, a 6:43 on the clock drive. Bayport trying to go up 3. Stevens. Stevens. It's good. 2 points for Ethan Orlando.
For the 2-point conversion.
And Ethan Orlando was just lost by the defense. They didn't know that he was at the back edge of the end zone as he drags across, sits in the back corner. No defender recognizes him. Oh, foot in bounds. Great throw, great catch.
Now from behind.
He's just waiting. Throw it, throw it. Eyes locked on the football, foot down in bounds. Tremendous job by Bayport on that last drive.
Don't go anywhere. We've got 46 seconds left. Now a word from our network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Those are the Bayport fans. They are going absolutely bananas.
And rightfully so.
And these are going to be the longest 46 seconds of Steven Jorgensen's coaching career in Bayport, I think. So tantalizingly close to repeating as Division I champions. Beckett-Corton to kick. Again, he squibs it along the ground. It'll bound down to the return man, Hyman. He's got the great speed. Hyman's going to clear. He's going to go all the way for a kickoff return touchdown, and Arrowhead is back in front. Can you believe it?
Wow.
We talked about Arrowhead speed, and boy, you saw it right there. Ryan Hyman, a state track performer. He's not bad at state football either.
We're watching that setup, right? I don't mind the squib kick, trying to make it bounce funny. Sometimes that screws guys up. It took one hop, went over the short returner, got up and over the top. He wisely let it go, gets it to Hyman, and then everything's just wily, but there's a gap. He saw it, and he just hit it.
And Harper Hughes had a big block to spring.
For sure. And without that execution, right, the guys up front forcing the defenders or the kicking team coming down to the outside edge, right, that doesn't happen. But they created a seam for him, knowing that he can do it. We got offsides here as well.
And this is a big extra point.
Huge.
Because they're up 3, and it's going to be offside against Bayport, so that'll move it about a yard and a half. That is a Division I record kickoff return, 76 yards by Ryan Hyman.
Prior to the snap, encroachment defense will retry.
So again, a big extra point would make it 4, forcing Bayport to score a touchdown in the final 35 seconds, and this is the longest 46 seconds in Steven Jorgensen's coaching career.
Right, probably what they told him, make sure you converge on the football, don't let them turn loose, right?
Yeah, they forgot to move.
Frustrating.
They forgot to move the tee up a yard and a half because of the penalty. Now they're all set. DeBoer to make it a 4-point Arrowhead lead. Blocked again. Wow, what else can happen? So it's a field goal difference, and what a difference that is. Bayport has all 3 of their timeouts. We're not done yet.
Wow, that's just crazy.
I think that was 19 London Cornell, who's had a big night.
He sure has. Gosh, that's just got to be frustrating. Your special teams coach.
You're so excited.
Like, yeah, it's a critical point, right? And man.
Well, at the very start of the game, Carl Winter told us special teams going to be a big deal tonight.
And it usually is, right? And especially in a tight game like this, those points matter. Seen a couple missed field goals.
There's that's London Cornell who got the blocked extra point. How big is that going to be? We'll see. And there's the big man on the Arrowhead campus right now, Ryan Hyman, 76-yard kickoff return. Remember, it was that little squib kick that, normally doesn't do much, but oof.
It's got a really nice hop out of it, right? Got him full stride, and then his guys up front did exactly what they're supposed to do.
So Wozniak has been the kickoff man most of the night for Arrowhead, but now here's Cam DeBoer who will boot this one away. That's Jackson Otradovec. Been a quiet night for number 5.
Sure has.
He's had a good season at wide receiver for Bayport. Kickoff is fumbled. The knee was down, so that's where they'll get it. That was Ryder Timmerman.
Well, your big-time players have to make big-time plays. This time it bounced right to Hyman. Great job getting up front. Nice blocking. Turns him loose, and then the Jets kick in, and he's off to the races for a big-time answer. After Bayport took the lead, Arrowhead grabs it right back.
Okay, so Bayport's at their own 28. 33 seconds left, but they got all 3 timeouts, so playbook's open.
And this, you just don't need to panic, right? But you need to get to the ball and have a sense of urgency through this drive.
Arrowhead fans rise up. So do the Bayport group. Stevens. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to have to run it. Can he get out of bounds? Yes, he can.
Burned a lot of time there. Now sitting at 24 seconds. You got to be short, quick routes to the outside edge. Get the first down. Keep moving the sticks. Again, get that defense on their heels. But Arrowhead, I know for a fact these guys practice this type of situation. In the back end, 2 safeties deep at about 15 yards. Nothing over the top. Try and create a little pressure up front if you can.
2nd and 3, complete. But short of the first down is Ethan Orlando. So they only gain a couple on that pass play. And it'll be 3rd and very short, but all 21 seconds left.
3rd and 1.
Empty backfield. Stevens, middle of the field, into the hands of Otradovec. It's 4th down.
Under a little pressure in his face, that ball just, because he couldn't finish through the throw as that pressure's coming to him. He feels that, gets hit just after the ball sails a little bit high. Now it stops the clock, but it's also forced down, right? This is critical right here for Bayport.
It comes down to this. Bayport 1 of 3 on 4th down conversions tonight. They desperately need one here. They'll run it with Stevens. He'll get the first down. Keep an eye on that clock. Timeout. And it stops with 11 seconds left. Well, they had to get the first down.
Yeah, first and foremost, right? Now you're setting up what, okay, we can't take super deep shots because that's a long developing play. These got to be quick. We got to move down the field. We got to get close to probably the 30-yard line, even have a chance to tie this thing up. Yep. So you're playing situational football right now with understanding you're really working for a field goal, and Arrowhead understands that as well. So this is where the coaching comes in. This is the expectation. Here's what we're going to call your assignments. Trust yourself, but keep them in bounds if you can. Bayport's thing and get out of bounds if you can, right? It's not rocket science, but it's certainly difficult to do in the pressure situation that we have right now here with 11 seconds left.
If you're thinking about a Beckett-Corton field goal, the statistics we were providing, he's 3 of 3 on field goals this year, longest from 30 yards. So you'll need to get a couple of good gains here, but again, only 11 seconds left, but still 2 timeouts remaining for the Pirates. All right, buckle up, here we go. Stevens. Incomplete. He is looking for Ethan Orlando, and a penalty marker down. Oh, that'll help the Pirates. 7 seconds left. The critical call from Dave Jamieson.
Pass interference. Defense. 15-yard penalty is out of the play. First down.
Again, in high school, that's a 15-yard penalty.
I don't know if we'll catch on the right side of the flag here, or the play here, but there must have been some sort of restriction before he got on the outside edge.
He might have grabbed his right arm, and he couldn't get the right arm up to
if he's extended out as a defensive back, right?
Timeout, Bayport.
Timeout, Bayport.
Timeout of the half.
Wow. Now what do you do? You get one more play in the middle in the timeout?
Well, yeah, I think that's about all you have time for, right? If you're going to pass, you're probably going to look for about 15 yards downfield. If you get 15 yards out of it, you get that extra timeout, you get out of bounds.
And now you're sniffing field goal too, maybe.
At least you give yourself a chance.
Yeah. This has been something. Bayport with 1 timeout remaining. We've had 6 division champions in this tournament so far, and all of them ended with undefeated seasons. Kenosha St. Joseph Catholic Division 7, Darlington in 6, Mayville in 5, Winneconne in 4, Grafton in 3, and West Superior in 2, all finished their years at 14-0. This is a battle of Arrowhead 12-1, Bayport 11-2. They have given us great entertainment tonight. And if you're a fan of either one of these teams, you are on the edge of your seat or standing
just
up.
Just like we are.
Oh, my goodness. All right, 1st and 10. That down doesn't mean a whole lot right now. 7 seconds left. Bayport can throw to the middle of the field. They'll go to the side. Otradovic makes the catch. Timeout, 1 second on the clock. Wow. What did I say? All night long. Where's Jackson Otradovic? Where is he? Where is he? There he is.
Final timeout of the half.
Wow. And what a throw by Stevens.
Yeah, this is perfect. Right over the top of the defender. Eyes locked on, both hands to secure the ball as he comes down to the ground. Great finish.
You're going to kick the field goal, right?
Oh, gosh, why would you not?
Okay, the ball's on the right hash mark.
At the 11-yard line, so 28 yards, 27, 28 yards.
Yep. I'll tell you what, our son was a kicker in high school.
Pressure.
And I always wanted him to come in a situation and win the game. My wife was always, that's the last thing in the world I want, is for my son to have to get the game when he kicked.
Because that's who they blame, right? You make it, you're here. You miss it, you're the one at fault. And
our son, the kicker,
right,
would always say it's so much more than the kick. It's the snap, it's the timing of it.
Right, the hold, everything.
It's the blocking of it. There's so much that can go awry.
Being a former defensive back, right, like I look at that pass interference call, I don't know that I would have called that. Pat probably would have.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's what officials do because it's an offensive game. Even though he's standing right next to me, I can say that, right? But
he's smiling.
You got to come up with big plays like they had there, right?
Hey, they're not going for the. Maybe they're going to try and draw them offside. They got to kick the field goal.
Well, yeah, there's no kicker out there right now. They're going for the win.
Oh my goodness. They're going for the win. Stevens. All or nothing. Stevens still with it. Throws. End zone. Incomplete. Arrowhead wins the Division I championship. A roll of the dice by Steven Jorgensen comes up snake eyes.
Wow. I did not expect that.
Arrowhead's first football state championship since 2013, their 7th overall state title. They won in 93, 94, 96, 2007, 2012, and 2013. And the Warhawks are back, ladies and gentlemen. They win Division I.
I did not expect Bayport to come out and try and go for that. Wow. Gutsy call.
It's a gutsy call, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Arrowhead, the champions. Now a word from your local stations. This is your WIAA network station. What a game, what a finish. Two great teams, two great efforts. There's Matt Harris. He's won the state championship for the first time in his time at Arrowhead, and the 7th overall title for Arrowhead. And we're going to go down to the field. Carl Winter has got a couple of big players in the game. Brendan Foley and the guy with the kickoff return that wins it, Ryan Hyman. Go ahead, Carl.
All right, Ryan and Brendan, state champions. How does it feel, man?
It was amazing. We've been working for this all year. Yeah, we've been doing this since June 1st, and I mean, it's truly a blessing to be around such a great group of guys. I mean, I can't say enough about the togetherness of this team. It's something special. You don't see this much.
Ryan, when you saw green turf ahead of you on that kick return, what were you thinking?
Well, before that, I saw a lot of tears on the sideline. The one thing I told them all is, don't give up yet. We've been in a lot of close games this year, and it's always turned out our way, and I knew if I got the ball, I told myself I was going to make a play, and sure enough, saw the green grass, and nobody can catch me. Too fast for you.
Brendan, your defense was lights out all day. What can you say about your guys?
I mean, we got a special group of guys from the front, from the D-line to the back, the secondary. It's a special group of guys. It's just awesome. We played physical, we played fast, and we've left it all on the field tonight.
Congrats, guys, state champions.
Thank you.
All right, the Arrowhead Warhawks, your state champs. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much. All right, we're going to hand out some trophies and awards, and let's go to public address announcer Jim Strick for that.
And will the captains from Division I state champion Arrowhead please come forward to receive your individual awards. And will Coach Matt Harris please come forward to receive the championship trophy. Thanks, everyone, for attending this year's WIA State Football Championship.
You know what scoregami is? Have you ever heard that?
No.
Scoregami is when you have a final score that's never happened before. An odd kind of combination. I think this is a scoregami, the first time we've had an 18-15 final. I just took a quick glance at all the results, and I think it's high school scoregami.
You are like Cliff Clavin.
I got a
bunch of useless facts.
I got a lot of time on my hands. Yeah.
We saw a great game, like the whole weekend, right? We've had a number of tremendous games, and to see these two teams battle back and forth, Jay, unbelievable finish. I'm shocked that Bayport didn't try and kick a field goal, but they went for the win, and you got to give credit to the coaches to have the kids buy into that, and we're going to go for it. We either win it or we lose it. We're not going to play for overtime, but gutsy call, and Arrowhead found a way to answer Bayport when they had all the momentum on a quick kick return. We saw a little bit of everything here tonight in D1, as we expected, with a lot of great players on the field. I wouldn't be surprised, again, if these two teams are back in the mix here again in 2026.
This is the 48th annual WIA State Football Championships, and it was a special week. Here's a recap of what happened this week. Division 7. Kenosha St. Joseph's finished a 14-0 season, beating Cochrane Fountain City. In Division 6, Darlington completed an undefeated season, beating Edgar. It was Mayville, undefeated, defeating Northwestern. That was in Division 5. Division 4, Winneconne, undefeated. They beat Little Chute. Division 3, Grafton, undefeated. They beat Reedsburg with a field goal with 16 seconds left in the game. West De Pere, undefeated in Division 2, defeating Notre Dame in our classic Division 1 final. Arrowhead ends the year 13-1. Bayport 11-3 as the Warhawks knock off the Pirates 18-15. What a week. Whew. All right, everybody. Good luck in deer hunting. Stay safe. Good luck to the Badgers tomorrow here at Camp Randall against Illinois. Here's the game-winning kick return by Ryan Hyman to give Arrowhead their 7th state title. Want to thank everybody on our Great Rush Media crew who just did such a fantastic job all week. Want to thank all of you for joining us as well. For Scott Nelson, I'm Jay Wilson. Thanks for being with us. Congratulations to the Arrowhead Warhawks, Division I state football champions. Good night from Camp Randall.
The 2025 WIAA State Football Championships have been brought to you statewide by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, reminding you to look for the Proudly Wisconsin badge to know you're getting the best quality and supporting local dairy farms. Universities of Wisconsin, 13 universities, unlimited opportunity. Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. A proud sponsor of the WIAA and the Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award for over 50 years. Unauthorized use or rebroadcast of this program and live internet stream without the express written consent of Allen Media Group, Wisconsin Broadcast Division is strictly prohibited and a violation of U.S. copyright law.